Hi everyone. Today we are on the first video of Module 7. That's for the week starting on August 18. So in this video, I wanted to give an opportunity for those students who could still correct their submissions to do so and improve their grades. I'm not going to discuss grades in this video, but I will be pointing at certain submissions that could give those folks who are not, being pointed out. They will probably know that the comments that I'm making are not referring to them, and those who are, they have the opportunity to resubmit and get the full grade for the assignment, right? Final grades are confidential. They'll be submitted through UConnect later by me, and I will not be submitting them through Blackboard. I'll be submitting through the UConnect system. So you get them, and grades are individual. They can vary based on a number of factors. Special considerations, individual cases, and so on. So those are absolutely confidential. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is just giving an opportunity, a final opportunity for students to see if they can get as high a grade as possible. So I'm going to go through each of the modules. But first, let me go back to that spreadsheet that I discussed in a previous video. And by the way, these instances of assignments that I'm going to point out today, I pointed them out already in previous videos. So, how much each assignment is worth? 16.something%. If submitted late, half of that, 8%. This means that if you submit an assignment wrong, that is not worth, as I said in previous videos, it's not worth a full assignment. It's actually a wrong assignment. And if it is a wrong assignment, you're going to be losing 16%, which means that if you don't submit, or if you submit a wrong assignment, which is the same thing, and you don't correct it, if you correct it within the timeline, not late, then you get the full grade for that assignment. But if you don't correct it at all, you will not get the grade for that assignment. Yeah, so it means that if you are doing everything correct and you are on your way to get an A, but you do an assignment wrong and you don't correct it, you lose 16% of the grade. That's 1 divided by 6. That brings you from an A to a B. If you do it late, if you correct it after the deadline, then you get 8%. And if you have done everything else correctly, this is not enough of a loss to get you from an A to a B. You still have an A if you do that once. If you have 2 late assignments, then you're going from an A to a B. And if you have 2 incorrect assignments, or if you have not submitted 2 assignments, or if you have not submitted one and one is incorrect, then you're getting to a C. So that's how the grades will be calculated. So pay attention to this video, because here there will be an opportunity for improvement in grades, although I'm not going to be discussing the grades. And the grades in the end are confidential, and they refer to the students that are getting them. Nobody will know your grade if you don't tell them. And I don't recommend you tell people your grade, because there are special cases where a student may get a grade that is higher than other students, and when they tell, that other student complains to me or to someone else that such and such got an A, but that's individual. The grades are individual. She should not be sharing your grades with anybody. And whether your grade is an A or a D or whatever, I don't recommend you share your grade with anyone, just to avoid this potential situation where they're going to use you in a complaint. Okay, so let me go to some of the modules where I've seen things that are still missing. And they could easily be corrected to the point where the assignment will be that the person may get at least something for that. So for example, in here in module, this is module 2. So we have a non-submission, right? So that is a complete loss for that particular assignment. By the way, a correct submission is one in which the instructions are followed. So it has to be, the commentary has to be between 250 and 1,000 words. And you have to submit 2 files, the .phd file with your project in WordPLS and a .png file. And you may ask, why are you so strict about these rules, right? The reason is that companies bid for contracts with other companies and with the government, and they usually bid based on guidelines, and if you don't follow those guidelines, you are eliminated from the bid. So not following rules is one of the worst things you can do as a business in a country that follows the rule of law like the United States. So you really need to follow guidelines to the letter. Otherwise, you hurt your business. If it is your own business that you started as an entrepreneur, you may go bankrupt as a business and as an individual. So following rules is super important in business. So I'll show you some instances here where rules were not followed. So one, non-submission, that's a total loss for this assignment. Here's another one. So whenever, with my settings here, may be different for other people, but whenever the commentary occupies like half of the screen, I check it for word count. So I copied this into Word. I think I have it here. So here it is. So I copied it into Word and I got this count, 154 words, which means that this submission is wrong. So it's like a non-submission. So if the student, Onis Fuentes, were to reply to her own submission with a correct submission, the commentary has to be 250 words or more. So if the student were to do it, then the student would get the late submission percentage, which is 8%. So it's much better than losing 8% is much better than losing 16%, because if a student has all of the other submissions correct and on time, and only this one incorrect, and the student does it late, now at the end, we still have a few days until the end of the week. Beyond the end of the week, beyond 1 p.m. on Friday this week, there is no way that anything will be considered because of the urgency to prepare the grades. But if the student were to submit now, the student would lose only 8% of the grade. If the student has everything else correct, it would still be entitled to an A. Let me see other things that are missing in Module 2. There was one here that I want to see this. I already pointed that out in a previous video. This is a wrong submission. It counts as a no submission because this PNG file did not make its way through. So there is still time to correct this by the student reply to this assignment submission and then submitting the correct PNG file. So I think those are, for module 2, those are the only ones that I can clearly see that need to be fixed. So I guess that's it for module 2. Okay, again, this, let me see the PDF file. So this was corrected. So there was, no, wait a minute. Both are wrong, right? So we needed 2 more files to be submitted. This late submission corrected only one, the PRJ file. The PNG file was not submitted. So this counts as a no submission. Let me see what else. Yeah, it looks like those are the only instances. Now, this is module 4. So I noticed a couple of things here in module 4. So this one counts as a late submission. What was missing here was the PRJ file. Now you see this looks like it's below the count. So let me see. I think I did the count for this one. Yes. So I put this into Word. See, 183 words. So this is not the correct count. It has to be at least 250 and less than 1000. These are the rules. So this counts as a no submission, a wrong submission. Even though there was this reply with the PhD file, the commentary has been done incorrectly. Let me see if there is any other case that needs to be corrected. And I actually reviewed this before preparing the video. I'm just going through this one more time. And if it looks like, you can always go back and check your own submissions and check for these things that I'm mentioning, right? These things that I'm pointing out in these submissions that are preventing these students from getting the full grade. In fact, in several cases that I just point out, the students are losing the full grade for that assignment. So this seems correct. So as long as you follow the directions to the letter, you should get the full grade. So let me see. Yeah, it looks like yes, so it looks like it was just that one for this module here. We go up here. So this one, we did not have any non-submission, right? So everybody submitted, but not everybody submitted correctly. And there are the late submissions as well. I think I pointed them out. These are easy to pick up. If the date here is, the date and time is beyond the deadline for that particular week for the module, then you are late. I'm pointing out the ones that are wrong, not only late, but wrong. So let me see. This is module 6. So what do we have here? I reviewed this. So it seems that all submitted. And I reviewed this before. Let me see. yeah, this was not needed, this data.txt, but it's not wrong. I'm looking for things that are wrong. So, or non-submissions. Okay, incorrect submissions. That's what I'm looking for. So everything that I'm seeing here looks correct. But I noted there was one here. It looked like the commentary did not have the correct number of words. Too short. Let me see. Oh, here, that's incorrect. So the PRJ file was submitted, but not the PNG file. So that counts as a wrong submission. The student loses the entire grade for that particular assignment. Okay. This one could be below. So let me see. No, I think this one is above 250 words. I can always do the count, right? So this one, I'll just copy that text here. Oh yeah, 264 words. Yes, this is clear. So this counts as a correct submission. Everything correct here. So it looks like it was just that one. Okay, just that one that I just pointed out. Now let's see module 7, right? So I think this one I counted. Yeah, this one 213 words. So this counts as an incorrect submission. For this reason that the commentary does not have 250 and this is not a PNG file, right? Typically, if it is a PNG file, it will show as a picture. And the PRJ file is here. So again, there is still time to resubmit this assignment. And I think this is the only one that that appeared to be correct. Not all students submitted yet for this week. But from what I'm seeing here, it was just this one that I just pointed out that was incorrect. So I pointed out a few cases. They seem to be the only cases that require resubmission. So there is still time. I hope that this is useful, especially for those students who decide to take my advice and resubmit, because they're not going to lose as much grade if they submit, even if they submit late. So I'll be preparing another video, second video for this week. That would be more of a farewell video, or maybe final, any final notes. But that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching.